The writing while I'm on my trips is very routine, and like I'm a responder to that process. I don't do tourism, I go to some very difficult places, yet they're also quite beautiful. However, I haven't seen the temples, I haven't been to the jungles. I go straight back to my hotel room, and it's almost like I'm in a trance. I just write and write and write, and it takes about 2 hours for me to process the whole day. And then when I'm not being, forced by this inexorable capture the narratives, understand the grassroots programs, deal with my own big feelings that are coming up, triggered by these settings, I'm then waiting. So it's kind of a contrast. When I'm traveling, it's like urgent. And then when I'm at home, it's like, anytime now, God, anytime now. And then eventually it's just deposited straight into my brain, and then I can't type fast enough. And that's just the way it works. Like I'm giving a talk at TEDx soon, and they're going, what are you going to talk about? I was like, I don't know yet. God hadn't told me. I'm waiting on God, you're waiting on me. That's just the way it goes. It integrates, it ameliorates, and it unifies the narrative. I think that the idea that the things are distinct and separate is actually a delusion. That the public policy, the grassroots program, the person over there, my experience in here, God, that's all, and the writing, it's synthesized in me when I do the writing. It's very much how I organize and make meaning. I am reading Feminism from Margin to Center by Bell Hooks, and it is fantastic. I'm also reading a book called Make Haste from Babylon, which is a new history of the Pilgrims landing in Massachusetts. And what else am I reading? Pretty much those two things right now. But the Bell Hooks book is just wonderful, and to know that she was so young when she created that work, and she had such personal authority and boldness in writing it, it gives me a lot of encouragement to just be myself and use my voice and let go of the outcome. Really my job today is to suit up and show up and speak my truth and move on with my day. Sleep late, really linger in my prayer and meditation, not have to stop it at a certain time, but let it just expand out into the day, and not to have to choose between reading inspirational material and journaling, prayer and meditation, to be able to do all of that. And I'm accompanied by a lot of animals in that process, and they all want their special moment. So to allow each of the kids, as we call them, to have their sidle up time, and then make a big, wonderful breakfast, even if it's, midday. I make great biscuits, and my pancake recipe is famous. It's not my recipe, it's Marion Cunningham's. It's very, very accessible in a book called The Breakfast Cookbook, in fact. Walk with my husband, be up in the woods, nice long yoga practice, just really that nurturing self-care stuff at home. In a way, my garden is my guilty pleasure. I don't spend money on much. I drive the same Mini Cooper that I've had for years. My husband is nagging me about getting a new car and sort of lecturing me that it's a false economy to keep it. But boy, I'll spend money on trees and taking care of my garden. Like I really want to do a stream mitigation project on our land, but it's kind of expensive. So I know it's good, but it's also a little bit of a guilty pleasure because it's a big expenditure.